nothing in my hands.
I don't have a guitar.
You know.
And I didn't bring my pencil, but we agreed that this was good. So
Okay. Hi, I'm Moritz. I'm a graphic designer, illustrator, and I have a guest with me today. My first guest, and I hope that's not my last guest. This is Mika Tyyskä from Finland. He's normally known for his pretty sweet guitar playing. And today I thought maybe take away his guitar, and because he has another skill that you can see when you have ever seen anything of his in the internet, because he's very famous for his cartoon character called Mr Fastfinger. Hi, by the way.
Hi. Yes, my name is Mika. I'm glad to be here.
Cool. So, well, I said you're a guitar player at first, but you also do your own design, your own cartoon character. Just a short story. How did you come up with the idea to make a cartoon character?
Well, it basically when I had a history, I had a little bit of interest in like drawing and comics and stuff as a kid, and then maybe the music side took a little over.
Okay.
And then around the time when I was fully grown up, or like I don't know, 19 or something, I realized that I kind of got again interested in visual arts, and I ended up studying digital design. It was called multimedia those days, in a school, this design school in Lahti, Finland, and there. Well, there was a lot of all sort of arts, animation, illustration, video, and all kind of good stuff that I got introduced to and kind of like learned. And there I needed to come up with a final project for the school, like the final thesis project, and I got the idea to combine absolutely everything that I ever liked in one project.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I wanted to create a website on the internet where there would be a cartoon character teaching guitar and use all the benefits of digital interfaces, and I wanted to have like game-like features and storytelling and all crazy guitar playing of course, and all this everything packed together.
Was that the Guitar Shred show?
That was the Guitar Shred show that came out, and Mr Fastfinger was just originally I was when I started planning that thing, I had the idea of having several guitar players, like 4 or 5 different guitar players.
You could choose from.
Yeah, you could choose
Okay.
them. Then at some point the reality struck, and I realized that even that one character doing that properly would take too much time. So I did only that one character.
Yeah.
And I chose Mr. Fastfinger out of those other guys because he had most sort of dimensional, and I felt most connected with this character, and so went with that. And the Fastfinger, when the website came out, it, to my surprise, it came like really like a global phenomena. Before the days of social media, there was forums and emails, and people would share this link.
I think I stumbled upon that at one point in time because I was like, yeah, I know Mr. Fastfinger, and then it got lost somehow, and then I stumbled upon you again when I was more into guitar playing myself, and yeah, cool. What were the other characters? Were they also like Asian based?
No. This was kind of like the Fastfinger's initial idea was that it was kind of like the Eddie Van Halen school of shred guitar, where so it would include kind of like of course Steve Vai, which was my biggest influence as a kid and or teenager, all that stuff, but also like a little bit of Marty Friedman and Joe Satriani and Warren DeMartini and Steve Stevens, all these big hair, hard rocking
like
guitar players. But the idea was that this character would kind of combine this kind of like seek for perfectness and zen and kind of like this Asian samurai, kind of all these things, in a way where it wouldn't be anything wouldn't be too holy. So I would kind of freely kind of combine things to the without worrying something being too perfect or exactly, kind of like making sure that nothing is exactly exact something from real life, kind of combining whatever kind of came to my mind and felt right.
Different features.
Yeah, and that's actually what's continuing still. It kind of like I like to combine. Sometimes I take something from the Finnish mythology and add that, combine that with the character, but not too close. So you kind of like it's not purely anything.
But it's interesting that people call you Mr Fastfinger a lot of the time. But you told me that's more like your how did you call it?
It's my imaginary friend.
It's imaginary
friend. But it's slightly confusing for myself even sometimes. But that's the best way I would describe it, because I didn't create the character as kind of like image of me in a cartoon world. It was actually Fastfinger is kind of like the Zen guy who's doing things perfectly, at least he thinks he's doing, and I'm more like the big chaos that kind of somehow is able to put these things together. And he kind of became some point in certain ideas he became like my target me in some ways, and or after the creation of this Fastfinger, I realized that he's saying a lot of things that I kind of just by intuition made him talk.
So you
so I kind of realized that this is actually true. So that
bit.
kind of became like my guru in a way. So kind of like I've been going behind, like following his steps in a way. Yeah.
I mean, you intertwine with yourself, kind of. If that's, you could say that, I guess.
Well, you can say just about anything. It's so confusing to myself even.
So Mr Fastfinger continue through the years.
Yeah.
When you draw, so do you have something like a sketchbook with you, or do you only draw when you really have to? Like, okay, now I have to do a new CD, a new poster, a new animation. Is it only then you'd go for that, or do you doodle at home as well, or on the road, or wherever?
Sometimes I draw less, sometimes I draw more, and I hope to keep some kind of touch with the pencil. And one thing that I've kind of done is if somebody orders a CD from me or something, I usually try to include a little drawing of Mr. Fastfinger, kind of like a personal thank you or kind of thing for the whoever supported and bought the music. And so that kind of also always a little exercise, well, makes me kind of draw the character at least. And also if I'm like when I started, I have a new album coming out. I don't know when this actually comes out, this video, but it's coming next month, 8th of next month.
Yeah.
So this album I Mountain Tone, yeah. I had the album, the music ready and everything. I realized, oh shit! Sorry about that word.
No problem.
Stuff. I have to create a cover now, and it has to be something that kind of would complement and have the spirit of the music. Somehow, kind of. For me, it's very important that the cover somehow reflects and kind of matches the music.
Yeah, definitely. This is also how I approached it. I made some for Henning, some of his CD artwork, and I always felt that it's. I can show you later.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to fit. I mean, of course, you can always do a cool picture, but if it doesn't fit the music, I think it's not worth it, because sorry that I interrupted.
No worries.
My personal approach is always like. Because I'm a visual person, the first thing when I grab a CD when I'm in the store, it's like, oh, the cover is cool. What is that? if I don't know the band.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first thing you're attracted to. I mean, I think it gets less and less nowadays, but with Spotify and so, it's like because you get things suggested.
Yeah, and
this is like the music you like. You might like this as well.
Yeah.
So I think unfortunately the visual part isn't that important anymore. But if you're in a store,
but it's about that visual part being important. What I like also when I'm creating an album cover is of course the story behind it, and it kind of somehow matches some the music, the theme of the album in general, but also having an album cover, how I'm going to expand and use that in all the promotional material.
Sure.
Like this album cover is not actually this is the only album cover that I haven't drawn myself. I requested my old friend from the design school, Lahti, this guy Ossi Pirkonen, who is a super talented guy, and I requested him to do the cover, and he did this, and this was super cool to, well, it matches the music. He really liked the music, and he was listening to that, and he got also ideas, and we kind of discussed that. So he's so I didn't need to do that inside my two brains. Part of my brains,
so you
but
focus more on the music.
Yeah, and I had somebody to kind of, to actually bounce the ball of ideas, and he came with a lot of cool ideas. But this album cover is super cool to create, kind of like the animated and the more like cinema, like widescreen picture of this. Things got animated, and they has these balls that can animate there in the background, and all these things that you can kind of little things that you can create, and for a cool album cover, the you can create maybe a variation for the inside covers where you take the main characters out, and
cool.
It's still the same environment, and same thing here, like with this Spirit Rising cover. This we did together with when we did the movie with Juha Ruokangas. We did this movie about the guitar making, where Mr Fastfinger orders guitar from Juha Ruokangas, my friend, and he goes to the shop and interferes.
I put this in the description, then you can watch it yourself. It's very nice.
Anyway, this is like a sort of soundtrack to that movie, and so I created a lot of visual for that movie because there's all these cartoon sequences. So this album cover was super nice to do because I had to do a booklet with all these there's a pic there, and all these visuals I could take straight from the movie, or enhance them for here, and it was super. This is just a freeze frame that I just expanded to make it more high res for this. And but there's hidden all sort of like little icons that are related to the guitar, and I love having little hidden things like Iron Maiden album covers of my childhood. I always loved those because they had a lot of little details and stories behind them. That kind of I like to have that kind of thing. So you might find, or this kind of like where you have I love album covers that go like the continue. That's one way to do it, kind of like the story goes. And in this album, I kind of see Mr Fastfinger going to this mountain. And there he's having a battle with the accordion demon. When you can actually
also in the movie.
Yeah. This one of those battles that he's this is one of those battles. There are many of those, but this in this Demons and Ghouls, you actually hear the accordion breathing and the sound, and there's a raging battle there. And the demon is here, and the idea is that the demon is actually the shadow of Mr Fastfinger. So the fact is that the dwarves, this is a secret. The dwarves and the demons, they are actually the same guy. Mr Fastfinger is all these. This demon accordion is actually the dark side of his mind. That's the thing.
Secrets.
I think
only on this channel.
Yeah, I think at least that was the idea.
Very cool. Yeah. One thing we do here, I guess, although it's the first time I want to do that, is I want to learn something from you, and it would be nice if you can show me how to draw Mr Fastfinger. actually we could make a short break.
Yep.
Is it like that? Or does it go?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
yeah, something like that. Okay. Is it really different?
Your hair is so like puffy and
Yeah.
soft and so organized.
Too
So having a little
organized,
bit of little bit of something there to
yeah, too.
maybe something like that.